Hello, everybody. What is up? Welcome to the GG Show. I am your host, Erica, and every single week I go over what happened all this week with news, and not only news, but gaming specifically. Gaming in Web 2 and Web 3. We're going to go over everything that happened that was interesting. Not everything, because that would be way too much, of course. But we'll go over the news. We'll go over data, who is topping the charts, who is trending, what's getting streamed, what's on the most wish lists, and we'll also go over a Web3 game discovery. So, with that, I just wanted to remind you guys that this show is sponsored by Gokhshtein. So, you guys do definitely want to follow them. Let me see if I can get my banner up. There we go. Follow at Gokhshtein. This show would not be possible without being powered by them. And we have so many shows, wonderful content creators who, by the way, are going to be in Art Basel coming up this next week for Art Basel. So definitely make sure that you find them, say hi. It's going to be a blast for everybody going. Unfortunately, I can't be there, but hopefully I'll be able to catch some other conferences and events this year or next year. But yeah, also nothing that I mention here is sponsored. So if I happen to mention it, it's because it fits in with the show. So with that, there is a lot that happened in this week. So let's get into the news. All right, amazing. Also, I do want to let you guys know that I am on YouTube and Twitch under Vivid Gaming GG. So if you want to chat with me and I want you to chat with me, definitely make sure that you hop on those platforms. I can see my chats on X as well. But if you're chatting on either YouTube or Twitch, I will bring up your comments. So let me know what you think about some of these things that are going on right now in the world of gaming. All right, let's get into it. Share my stage here. Okay, so obviously the biggest thing that we have to talk about, this came out yesterday, GTA 6 trailer dropping on December 5th. That is just a couple days away. That is the most exciting thing that happened this week. Guaranteed. Probably the one that the most people are talking about anyway. So this is amazing. I actually wasn't expecting them to drop it until December 7th. I thought they were going to drop it at the Game Awards, but evidently it's coming a little bit early. So that is really exciting. It definitely has Miami vibes. Like, you can see the palm trees, the sunset. And so I was actually in a spaces, and I apologize, I can't remember who, but they were like, what if they did something at Art Basel? What if it's like, what if they announced something big or had some sort of an event? And I was like, you know what? That would be amazing. If that is the case, make sure that you capture some content, because I'm going to have major, major FOMO. But anyway, so yeah, we are going to be watching that on Tuesday, December 5th at 9 a.m. Eastern time. So it's like so early in the morning. I don't know why they did it that early. They obviously don't know that I'm not a morning person, but it's okay. I'll be awake for work anyway. So, it is what it is. That is fine. Okay. And then today, this is really funny. Okay. So today, Halo Infinite, they announced that they are having a new trailer Monday, December 4th at 9 a.m. Pacific time. So you can see the similarities. It's like Rockstar, Halo, Rockstar, Halo. And so, of course, Halo is getting dragged a little bit in the comments, which I thought was absolutely hilarious. They're like, the Halo employee getting fired for this post. Battle Royale confirmed. GTA 6 doesn't even have a logo and it's already setting trends. And so people are just trolling. He thinks it's him. Yeah. So you guys check that out. It's just absolutely hilarious. Like, the comments are the comments are always one of my favorite things. GTA and Halo, poor Halo. But I mean, it just, even if this was planned, like, how could they? I mean, it looks way too similar. And the very next day, okay. But at any rate, if you are a fan of Halo, this is definitely exciting news to you, regardless of what that looks like or not. Okay, so going back to Grand Theft Auto a little bit, we have Netflix. They announced that they are going to have the Grand Theft Auto trilogy. The definitive edition arrives on Netflix December 14th. So if you want to play the Grand Theft Auto games before they come out, you can definitely check that out. It goes through Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, and San Andreas. So you can get your GTA fix before we know. I don't think that they're gonna let us know during the trailer release exactly when GTA 6 is gonna come out, but I think that they are going to hopefully wow us. Like there's some fake trailers that have been out there, and I was like, at first I saw it and I was like, "Oh man, it's an actual leak," but it's probably not. Yeah, but at any rate, Netflix getting into gaming, I guess like this has been around for a little bit. I had no idea that Netflix got into gaming until a couple weeks ago, and I was like, "All right," but I actually don't have Netflix. The fact that they do have gaming on there is not enough for me to want to sign up for it, but, it does have some exclusive games and also some, yeah, movies and stuff like that, obviously. I mean, it's Netflix. And then I saw this as well. YouTube is getting into games too. So YouTube has to have their fair share of the market, right? And so what it says is the video platform is making a modest push in the world of gaming, rolling out more than 30 mini games. It's nothing too exciting, you guys, that I saw anyway, but, it's got, like, some pool, some Angry Birds, Monster Mash, some word games, State.io, whatever that is. But yeah, so it's got a couple games, but nothing, like, really too exciting, I guess, but it still is kind of interesting that now YouTube is getting into games as well. Like, everybody's getting into games, like, bring them all in, bring them all in. By the way, you guys, thank you so much for joining me, for watching the show. I put a lot of work into this every week, like scouring the news every single day, picking out the best articles, curating the news for the show. And, I don't see anybody chatting yet on YouTube or Twitch or even on X, you guys. So make sure that you say hi in the comments. Help a girl out with the algorithm, por favor, and let's get this rocking. You guys have to stay up to date on what's going on in gaming. It's bigger than music and movies. So you guys gotta stay in the loop. Okay. So also earlier this week, the PC gaming show, this was actually a pretty big deal, powered by Intel. This bad boy was like 2 hours long. I would definitely recommend going and watching it. I actually watched it while I was, putting together the stuff for today's show, and, skip past the first, like, half hour because it's just, like, whatever. It actually gets into the good part once the timer goes off. So, check that out. It's got some games that are not out yet, so you can, like, wish list them, and then it has a couple games that are actually out, but you can see some of the games here. I can't remember. I think the website, it's pcgaming.com/wishlist if you want to check this out, or you can just go to PC Gamer on X and you'll find it there. But there's a couple games that I was actually really excited about. Republic of Pirates. This is like a pirate simulation game. It reminded me of this game I used to play called Tropico, which is, you're like building your island and you're facing pirates. Pirate games are pretty hot right now. I don't know. There's something about them. There's a lot coming out in Web3 as well that are actually doing really good. So yeah, so there's that one. I know that a lot of people are probably going to be excited about Hades 2. Super popular game, very good game. I actually haven't played Hades, but I know that I need to because I just hear so many good things about it. But time is hard to come by nowadays. The other one that I'm very excited about is Path of Exile 2. I did play Path of Exile, the first one, and so I saw this and I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is insane. Let's go. Path of Exile 2." That is on my short list. And then of course we have Tekken 8. Gloomwood, this one looked really good. Oh no, not that one. I mean, I'm sure that one did look good, but it's not the one that I was going to talk about. The one I was going to talk about was this one, Unforetold Witchstone. So if you like board games at all, this takes a lot of board game elements, but you can actually talk to NPC players in such a way that normally when you talk to an NPC player, it's kind of like one-sided, right? They're like, here's what you have to do, whatever. But you can actually communicate them in a way that's like what do you want them to do? Do you want them to like sell you something? Do you want them to like follow you to help kill somebody? And so it's more interactive and it's not so linear. And so it's kind of like a choose your own adventure board game. It looked really, really interesting. And so this one I'm very, very excited about. But anyway, they've got a lot of really good games on here. Like I said, it was 2 freaking hours long, but definitely, in my opinion, very, very much worth the watch. So that happened. It did. It happened. Okay, and then today, you guys, you all know that I love Fallout. I love Fallout so much. Let's talk about it all day long. No, it's 2.5 minutes long. We're not going to watch the whole thing, but I do want to watch just a little bit with you guys because we just have to. If you didn't see it, now you're going to. Maybe. Oh, we've got the spinning wheel of death. Oh no. Why do you hate me? Why do you hate me videos? Oh man, maybe not. Bummer. Bummer, bummer. Oh well, that's okay. You know, maybe let me try to reload it. Here, let me try to reload it and see if we can get it to pop back up. Come on, Fallout. Don't fail me now. There we go. There we go.
I know that I've lived a relatively comfortable life.
Stop! Lucy! You need to go home. Vault dwellers are an endangered species. I do not think you would be willing to do what it takes to survive. It'll be a lovely day. A bright new sun will suddenly break through.
Bro, anybody who played Fallout, this scene right here, you're like, ah, yes. Oh, yes. Bring it in. Bring it in.
But I don't want to see tomorrow unless I see it with you.
All right, so we won't watch the whole thing, like I said, but just a little glimpse of it. I'm very excited. It doesn't come out until April 12th, and so I'm sure that we'll see some more of it. When I was in LA for 3XP, I was talking to my Uber on the way home because Uber rides there, like everything takes an hour to get to, right? So had a nice conversation with my Uber about gaming. He was a Fallout fan. I obviously am a Fallout fan. But he said he didn't even know until he was playing the game for like a long, long time that you could build a base and like make electricity and all of the other things. And I was like, oh my gosh, really? You didn't know that for the longest time? But then he said once he found out, he spent like 40 hours building up his base, making electricity. And so the game is just pretty dynamic. So I definitely am excited to see that. So yeah, that is coming in 2024. It's going to be a great year, you guys. It's going to be so much fun. Look at all these things we're getting for entertainment. Also, if you are a fan, or even if you are not a fan and you really didn't play Cyberpunk 2077, who was it? I'll tell you in just a second, but they put out this documentary here. Let's actually go to the YouTube page. GameSpot. So they actually put out a documentary where right before they launched Cyberpunk, they went to their studio. And they just kind of like followed along the development staff and they, talked to them about how they were like building the game back up because the first time that 2077 was released, it was an epic fail. And they actually put a ton of money, they put a ton of development into making it a better game. I mean, they had already put so much like time, effort, and money into the first release. So they didn't want it to go to waste. They wanted to fix it. They wanted to make it right. And so it goes into how they changed everything from like how the game was developed. So they like actually changed their scrum structure. Instead of everything being segmented, they built like little teams. They had like the designers and the engineers and everybody. So they had their own little scrum teams going on. They completely revamped like their customer service liaison, basically, is what they were. They had a specific name. I can't remember it. And so it goes into all of that and all of everything that it took to re-release Cyberpunk 2077 up until like it's actually being released and they're like cheersing. And it was a really, really cool documentary. It's only a half hour long, but like I recommend that you all watch it, especially if you don't have plans or anything to do tonight. Yeah, it was really, really good. So
On September 23rd, fans and developers gathered in London to celebrate the upcoming launch of Phantom Liberty, the highly anticipated expansion to Cyberpunk 2077. The whole venue had been converted into a club.
So it goes into that, and then you can just see a lot of like the behind the scenes talk with the team. So very, very cool. I thought GameSpot did a really good job. And I tell this to founders all the time. I'm like, I love to see the behind the scenes, whatever goes on behind games that you guys are building, because a lot of us, like, we just don't know. Like, we haven't been on that side of gaming. Like, we've always been on the side where like we're playing the games, but like give us behind the scenes looks, like what goes on in your teams. I know that you can't give us everything, but at least like let us know, what goes on, just because it's so interesting. And yeah, so if you want a little bit of a behind the scenes look, definitely take a look at that. Okay. And then now, fast forward to today, they said that they have almost 330 developers working on The Witcher 4 at CD Projekt Red, which is very, very exciting. That is another one of my all-time favorite games. And so I just feel like all of us like nostalgia. We've got like GTA 6 coming, The Witcher 4, a lot of good stuff coming down the pipeline for us. And I think they said that like over half of their staff is working on it right now. So we should see some exciting things ahead. Its code name is Polaris. So, yep, 330 developers. Isn't that crazy? That's so insane. That's so many. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right, so this is going to be a little bit of a segue from Web 2 into Web 3. It's the perfect segue. This is nuts. You guys definitely have to tell me what you think. Chat to me. Nobody's chatting to me. You guys need to say hi at least. Say hello. Let me know what you guys think about this. All right. NBA 2K player is suing Take-Two for microtransaction theft. The NBA 2K player is taking Take-Two Interactive to court over the franchise's microtransactions, referring to the pricing model as theft. All right, are your wheels turning? Like, what fixes this? The answer is pretty obvious. But claiming that the theft related to microtransactions in the game, the lawsuit focuses on the use of virtual currency within NBA 2K and the inability to carry items over to future games. Now, I hate to be one of those people that's like, blockchain fixes this, but I mean, honestly, doesn't it? If they had a currency, if they picked a chain, if they had a native currency, you would be able to carry it from year to year to year, and possibly even skins. Or maybe if the skins couldn't be carried over, like maybe they see that you have a skin in your wallet and they could airdrop you something. Something like that. So, yeah, that's pretty interesting. We'll have to see how that plays out, and I'm very interested to see how it's going to play out. But blockchain fixes this. No, I'm just kidding. But it is a good segue. Pico Solos, what's up? What's up? He said blockchain can fix it, but it's not guaranteed. It depends on the design. Yes, absolutely. You are 100% correct. And oh, I apologize. Leslie, you said hi and gave me some hearts. Hey, girl, what's up? Thank you for watching, you guys. I appreciate you. You can also share it on X as well. There's a little that thing. He said the question is, why don't they allow it now? They manage the database internally and have access to the same data. Yeah, good question. I really have no idea. Maybe we'll see a little bit more insight from the trial, but probably not, but maybe. Maybe they'll settle and we won't know anything. But yeah. And getting into like not too sidetracked, but a little bit. I don't know. I don't think that like every single game is going to implement blockchain in the future, right? Like I think that we'll see like the lines are going to be blurred um because so many games are going to adapt it for whatever reason. I think that there's a lot of like practical applications, but I don't think every single game is going to adopt it, right? It makes sense for some, it doesn't make sense for the others. But I think for something like this, it is the perfect use case, and it's like so in your face that it's just really hard to like look at this and be like, okay, you guys, we can fix that. But I mean, obviously they don't want to. NBA 2K, like they like what they're doing. They really don't care. I'm sure that it has been presented to them, and obviously they are not changing their ways. So whatever. Okay. Speaking of sports, we have got super, super exciting stuff going on, you guys. Immutable is partnering with Team Liquid. Team Liquid, winners of the Intel Grand Slam, home of top athletes across 17 premier esports titles. Huge, huge, huge news. This is pretty incredible. This is one of the top esports team. They have almost 1 million followers just on X alone. And so definitely you guys check that out. So Illuvium, they actually are live now on Epic with their PvP platform. So it's the beta 3, but anybody can play it right now. So that came out, I believe, on the 28th. So that's why they said we are excited to playtest their new competitive PvP auto battler, expand our brand into their game universe, and guide their esports strategy into 2024. So super exciting things there. Another big announcement in regards to esports partnerships, Farcana, which the middle segment of the GG show, we go over funding, data, and analytics. And so we do have some news about Farcana as well. So make sure that you stick around and watch that. But Farcana, they picked up Carlos Rodriguez. He is going to join Farcana as an active advisor and a board member. If you are not familiar with him, he is the king of gaming. So he is another fantastic esports person as well. He said he is the founder of G2 Esports, the greatest esports org, the biggest esports team in the world, and one of the most renowned figures in competitive esports. So that is really exciting, you guys. This hopefully will just bring more eyes into Web3 gaming and what we have going on here. So Immutable and Farcana are two games that fit really good into esports. So exciting news there. And then a couple other real quick partnerships here. We've got Polemos announces a partnership with Immutable. So Immutable has been putting out a lot of stats. They've got a lot of stuff going on as well. They partnered with like AWS, if you guys remember that from a couple of weeks ago. But the Polemos CEO Richard McLaren comments, "We are thrilled to join forces with Immutable. Our shared commitment to advancing analytics in the gaming industry makes this collaboration a natural fit. By integrating our platform into the Immutable ecosystem, we aim to provide even more competitive insights that will benefit players and game developers alike." So that is great. It's always nice to be able to see some analytics, especially with Immutable and all of the things that they have going on. All right. And then also, this one is actually kind of cool. So, Animoca, they are ramping up. They have so many partnerships going right now, but they are in partnerships with Quidd. They are a digital collectibles marketplace with 350 licensed brand like Strawberry Shortcake. That is from the 80s. Like, I am surprised to see that on there. I did not know that they brought that back. But they are actually going to be powering the digital collectible service for anime and manga fans. So that is what they are going to be doing and building with Animoca. Animoca also announced that they are going to be one of the largest validators for Ton blockchain. So this is really interesting. All right. So Animoca, the largest validator for Ton. So Ton is basically with Telegram, right? Love it or hate it, Telegram, it's huge, has a lot of users. If you ever go to any conferences for tech or Web3, everybody communicates on Telegram. So love it or hate it, it is what it is. People do actually use it. So we will assist with the growth of various gaming and GameFi projects on Ton. So I know what you're thinking, like, Telegram and gaming, like, yes, we use it to communicate, but I haven't actually played any games on Telegram. Like, that's not what I use it for at all. Like, I know about the ones on Discord, but Telegram, like, what? But then, okay, so here's where it gets kind of interesting. So there's that. And then Nakamoto Games, they're huge. They're getting up there. Ultimate Web3 gaming hub, 200 plus games alive. All right. So they said, we're set to revolutionize the crypto gaming industry. As a first mover, we've launched an entire Web3 ecosystem on Telegram where users can game and earn on the world's largest messenger app. So they're getting into gaming on Telegram as well. And then a couple weeks ago, in the data section of the show, the data segment, we talked about ethXY and how they raised 1.6 million. Obviously, nothing small there, but they are also a game in Telegram. And so I'm like, what the hell is going on with all of these games in Telegram? Oops, that's not what I want to do. It brings you like right there. But so what is going on with gaming and Telegram and all of these entities coming in like Animoca? That's no small deal. So I want to know your guys' thoughts on that. And like, is there something that I don't know about? Are there fantastic games on Telegram that I need to know about? Yeah, you guys let me know. Let me know your thoughts on that. Who's privy to some information? Who's got the alpha? What's going on? Let me know. All right. Sony signs partnership with NCSoft. They did say that they are going to expand beyond console, so mobile possibly, and broaden PlayStation's reach to a wider audience. That actually would make sense because there is the new PlayStation handheld. I can't remember the name of it, but it's like the handheld. And so it would make sense for them to get more into mobile gaming. Maybe their handheld will have some native games as well. Pretty interesting there. And then just a couple more gaming news things going on. The upcoming Fortnite game launches. So they've got a lot of stuff going on right now. Fortnite does. December 7th, they've got Lego Fortnite. It actually is like bricks. Like you'll be able to build with bricks. It's kind of like Minecraft / Fortnite, but with Legos. Interesting there. December 8th, Rocket Racing. December 9th is the FN Festival featuring The Weeknd. They've got Eminem coming up. We've also got Chapter 5 coming up. They've got this one here. Hold on. Let me find him. Peter Peter Griffin looking all buff for Fortnite. Like I thought that was really interesting. That is pretty funny there. So Fortnite has a lot of things going on. Okay, into just a little bit of tech news. Elon. He basically told everybody to go, you know what, yourself. Pretty candidly, the host was absolutely shell-shocked. Like he did not know what the hell to do. It's funny.
If you will. This had been said online. There was all of the criticism. There was advertisers leaving. We talked to Bob Iger today.
I hope they stop.
You hope?
Don't advertise.
You don't want them to advertise?
No.
What do you mean?
If somebody's going to try to blackmail me with...
He's like, what are you talking about, Elon? Like he just does not know where to go. Imagine being on live TV in front of I don't know how many people, and Elon like pulls this and you're just like, oh my gosh, like where do I go from here? Like what would you do?
Advertising? Blackmail me with money? Go fuck yourself.
That's really where he's like, oh my God, oh my God. All right. And then I think it was like the very, very next day is when Cybertruck delivery event came out, 4.8 million views. That was live on X, of course, the premier streaming platform. But 4.8 million views. I didn't really I mean, I wasn't, like, super excited about Cybertruck. I didn't, like, reserve one or anything like that. Teslas, I think, are pretty cool, but it wasn't until after I watched this that I was like, "Let's freaking go." Cybertrucks are amazing. If you watch any of the trailer, especially this, I'm gonna play it. I'm sure you saw it, but, like, it's really, really amazing. I'm gonna fast forward.
But wait, there's more.
And so I think that's the moment that everyone was like, "All right, dude, these are fucking amazing." Like, everybody wants one now. It did, they are at a little bit of a kind of a higher price point, I think. I mean, for all that it does, it's really not, but it basically goes from about 80 grand until, just over 100,000 grand. So I know that you guys saw all of this, but did you see this? This is really, really cool, and I don't even like camping, but once I saw this, I was like, "I kinda want a Cybertruck, and I kinda wanna go camping." Check this out.
We're building a wedge-style camper for the Cybertruck. Your space camper drops onto the bed of your truck and attaches quickly with just a few clamps. It's meant to travel with you on the day-to-day, providing utility with minimal effect on your truck's range. Double your secure storage space with full access to your truck bed and no modifications to your Cybertruck required. Every camper comes with lockout bars for additional safety into a backrest and tucks out of the way wherever you'd like for a comfortable zone or mobile office. If you need to be discreet or want a little extra security, built-in storage compartments can be accessorized with a drop-in sink, induction cooktop, and everything else you'll need for a full camp kitchen. You can move your whole kitchen outside, with the addition can become an exterior table.
It just, like, it goes on and on and on with all of these crazy things, and I'm like, "Damn, dude, some people are just gonna live in there and, like, or camp, or camp." That's what it's used for, but like I said, I don't even like camping, and I'm like, "That looks amazing." I don't know how much that little pop-on edition is gonna be, but it even has induction cooking. You can do it inside or outside. Let me find there is one part in here that was cool. There it is. It's about, it has this, like, movie theater, so you can do it outside.
Projector accessory is great for movie nights outside with friends, or can be magnetically mounted inside for date night.
Pretty amazing. Yeah, I like that. I'm a fan of that. I do like it. Okay, AWS had their re-invent. There's a couple of things I wanted to point out on here. Some of it's a little bit boring, but, no offense, AWS. I mean, if you wanna sponsor me, I will show the whole damn thing. I'll read it word for word. They already have in some of the Whole Food stores, but they've got one palm scanning, so they're expanding that. So we'll be seeing a little bit. This I thought was actually pretty cool. Thin client virtual desktop environment devices. So there's a lot of offices, like, where I work for my job, like, we have a lot of offices that are on cloud, and so instead of having a whole entire computer, you can actually just have this, $195 device, not bad, allow enterprise users to access virtual desktop environments. So I thought that was actually pretty cool. I can see that being, like, really, really popular. And then there was one more thing that was actually probably I should have led with, but I walked right past it. The AWS Titan image generator. And so they are joining everybody else and releasing their own image generator. So show me an image of an iguana, and they've got the iguana coming up. So it seems like everybody kind of has their own little version of this. We'll have to see how theirs goes against all of the other ones. All right. Reddit might be once again flirting with an IPO. I think this is very bullish. I like the Reddit stonk when it comes out. I like it a lot. I would definitely buy the hell out of that. Hell yes. Even though I can't be a part of the IPO. And then they actually refreshed their logo as IPO speculation swirl. So you can see their old logo pretty flat to their new dynamic their little dynamic. Remember when they released the NFT on those and everybody went freaking crazy? And then they marketed it so well that people didn't even know that they were minting NFTs. Like normies didn't even know. They were like, "Yeah, I want to I think they call it a vault. Like we're building your vault for you." And it was actually creating their wallet and like minting the NFT all in one fell swoop. So, yeah, that was a pretty smart move by Reddit. But so they might be getting an IPO. They talked about it in the past. It didn't happen, so we'll have to see on that. And then this is actually kind of a big deal, you guys. So Meta is actually, let me scroll down just a little bit. We'll get to the tagline, but they are actually being sued. I think it's up to like 42 states right now are suing them. Claims it misled public about the safety of Facebook and Instagram. Meanwhile, school districts across the US have filed suit against Meta, ByteDance, Alphabet, and Snap. And so now the CEOs of Meta, X, TikTok, Snap, and Discord, even Discord, will testify before the US Senate on child safety. So they're bringing in all of these companies and they are going to grill them. Some states, it did say that in March, Utah signed a bill require minors to obtain parental consent. Louisiana and Mississippi now require age verification, and so yeah, it's pretty crazy. I mean, it's great that they're trying to protect kids. I think that I think it was Meta actually. They wanted to leave it up to Apple, so that way before you download the app, like it actually has to have like parental clearance. Like they basically wanted to put it all on the apps and not have like not have the blame for it, right? Not be accountable for teenagers or other kids downloading the app. So they're just trying to like get out of being accountable for it, essentially, is what it boils down to. So that'll be pretty interesting there. And then this is really good. Like I always like to try to end with a little bit of good news, but American Cancer Society partners with Gitcoin for Web3 driven cancer research funding. And so, obviously we need a lot of cancer research. RIP to those who have lost their lives to cancer, but they are teaming up with Gitcoin to mark its entry into the world of Web3 technology. So that is always good to see. Hopefully, it will help to streamline cancer research and help to raise money and be accountable for the money. Like it's going to be trackable on the blockchain, and so hopefully, it gets rid of any loose ends, I guess you could say. Okay. And then if you didn't see this Coinbase ad, you really, 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 really need to watch it. It was so incredibly well done. It's basically about breaking free from the narrative that we have all been fed forever. Go to school, get good grades, go to college, be in debt. Everything that you've been fed, and it's about breaking out of that, right? And with Web3, like we can.
We're born into it. A system with numbers and papers.
And lines. And waiting. You work hard, get good grades, go to college.
I want to go to college. I got good grades.
I overachieved.
That's right, she did.
Debt is good?
Debt is so good.
So much debt.
I can totally save up and buy a house and start a family.
I want a family.
Oh.
Starting a family means you need 2 or 3 jobs.
You can't afford to buy.
Oh.
You can't afford to rent. Used cars cost as much as the new ones.
Oh.
It's weird.
Good debt is
I
good.
was head of my class.
Houses are too expensive.
You work hard, get good.
The system, the numbers.
Rent is freaking insane.
Breaking news. Everything is terrible.
Does it have to be this way?
What if it was different?
It's always been that way.
We've got to build our way out of it. Yeah.
Put control back to the hands of the people.
Not the bureaucracy.
A system with less paperwork.
No waiting. No lines.
Permissionless.
Just because you're born into a system
Doesn't mean you have to live with it.
Yeah.
There's a system.
If that didn't give you the feels, like I don't know what to tell you, but yeah, being a millennial, like it hits so many strings and just yeah. I mean, I don't even like really know what to say about it, but it's so incredibly powerful. I think everybody needs to watch that and really like bring the power back to the people 100%. All right, the last thing that I have for the news today, you guys, is Games GG. We've talked about their gaming awards coming up, Web3 gaming awards coming up on December 14th, but they actually extended their voting deadline to December 7th. So if you have not voted yet, make sure that you vote. They've already had, I think, like 250,000 people vote. So excuse me. That is absolutely incredible. Hey, what's up, Web3 gamers showing love? Hello, happy Saturday. Thanks for joining the show. What's up? What's up? It might be Icy behind the account, but I don't know. If it's Icy, hello. And even if it's not, hello. It might be somebody else, but I think he's the only one who runs that account. But thanks for joining. Really appreciate you watching. All right. So that is it. Of course, it's Icy. All right. Get that up. What's up, Icy? Appreciate you watching and tuning in. So that's all that I have for the news. But next, we are going to get into one of my favorite segments of the show, which is the data section. We're going to talk about who got funding. We're going to go over the chart toppers from traditional games, Steam, what are people streaming, what's trending, and then also some 100% blockchain analytics. Like, you all have an opinion, but data does not lie. So let's get into the data section. Y'all hang tight. Oh, I didn't get it up again in time. I need to make my transitions longer. That's it. Okay. All right. So the first thing is Farcana. There have been actually some other funding, but we already covered them. So the only new one since last Saturday, you guys, was Farcana. So they raised, it doesn't actually say how much they raised, but nonetheless, their lead investor was Animoca Brands. So that is pretty exciting there. Let's take a look at their X page. Farcana is a free-to-play third-person PC arena shooter built on Unreal Engine 5 and powered by a Web3 economy. And remember, they just partnered with the big Rodriguez esports. So they've got a lot of really, really exciting things come up. So congratulations to the Farcana team. If you happen to like third-person PC arena type games, definitely you guys check them out if you haven't already. Here's their website. They just had a little bit of a tournament at the end of November. It looks like they might have another one too. So that is always exciting. Join our early playtest now. They have a really nice website. I love it how, like, as you scroll through some websites, it's just like dynamic and it reveals more things. I mean, of course, as you're scrolling down, it's going to review more things, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it like makes the animation go further. It's like you're cranking the wheel, you know? That's what it looks like. So yeah, congratulations to the Farcana team. I really want to know how much they raised though. Like, I'm just nosy like that. Why is it to be determined? Why can't you just tell us? I'm sure it's not a small amount, but yeah, nonetheless. And then Pika. So they are AI imaging movies. They raised 55 million. So they have a little bit of a trailer here. You could kind of see it playing. Let me unmute it. So that looks pretty exciting. If you want to, you can sign up for early access, but unless you already have it, we'll have to wait a little bit in order to play around with it, unfortunately. Because I saw that and I was like, let's go. I want to try it out. I can. I'm on early access. I'm on the waiting list. So I guess that's better than nothing, right? That's all I really have as far as funding goes this week. A little bit slower. Last week we had I think 6 or 7 of them, but this week we just had 2. And I'm sure that there was more, but I probably missed them. All right, so let's get into some of the data and analytics. All right, so we're going to use DApp Radar. We're going to go across these categories, the top 3. real quick. We're just going to burn right through them. All right. So we have got, one sec. There we go. All right. So at the top of sports, we've got Motodex, Sweat Economy, and Gamify. Metaverse, we have Pixels, Alien Worlds, and Upland. Strategy, Karam Blitz, BLCR, and Nine Chronicles. Play to Earn, Motodex, Sweat Economy, and Pipe Flare. Card games, we have Trick Shot, Blizz, BLCR, and Splinterlands. Move to Earn, Sweat Economy, still on top, Super Walk, and Geno Pets. RPG, Motodex again, Sweat Economy, and Gamify. In action, we have, new Crypto Maze, ZK Sync Era. I'll have to check that one out. Battle Showdown by Aetheless and Stray Shot. GameFi, we have Farmers World, BLCR, and Robots Farm. And then in other, we've got Pixels, Smart Cats, and Treasure. I like this other one just because I don't know, like it has a lot of like different things on it, like Sugar Town. But yeah, if you are not using DApp Radar, like definitely, and again, this is not sponsored, but I just absolutely, I love it. Like you can just look at all the categories here. Just look at it. Rankings, change, the NFTs, social. They even have gambling. Icy, I know you like that one, right? Little poker, little poker action there. On the Steam charts, the top sellers, Lethal Company is back on top, number one. That actually it wasn't like that earlier today. That's why I'm a little bit surprised. Steam Deck was number one when I looked just a couple hours ago, but Lethal Company, this one, it's one of those games that I don't think anybody really expected, but it just like it, it got a lot of steam, pun intended. But it's an online co-op. It's a little bit of a like a scary one, but you can play with your friends. And I haven't played it yet, but plenty of other people have. And so if you want to see it streamed, you can definitely find somebody who's streaming it. We've got Stream Deck. They had their OLED new version come out, but I don't know if that's the one that is on top. And then as far as other games, Counter-Strike 2 and Call of Duty are still on the top as they have been for a while now. But Lethal Company just stealthing and just like picking up steam and getting into number one. That's crazy. That is by revenue, by the way, and that is globally. Most played by daily players, we have Counter-Strike 2, Dota 2, and Wallpaper Engine coming in at number 3 again. Again, I'm really skeptical of that. I don't know. It's stuck. I swear to God. Number 4, we have PUBG Battlegrounds. And the weekly top sellers, again, this is globally. We've got Steam Deck, Lethal Company, creeping up into 2, and Counter-Strike 2. I wasn't actually sure if this was going to stay at the top of the charts. And the reason being is because like earlier in the week when I heard about it, it was, I think like where it is right now, like number 2, number 3. And then I looked on Friday yesterday and it was down at like number 4, number 5. And then the weekend hit and it just went right back up. So yeah, kudos to that team. And I should play it. Too bad it wasn't out in October when I was doing my spooky streams though, because that would have fit in perfect. But oh well, it's all good. It is all good. This, it's something that I'm bringing in new to the show. So upcoming Steam game releases. And this was from the PC Gamer Most Wanted. I had to check and see like what games people are super excited about. So look at this. The Day Before has almost 250,000 followers. The next one in line has 107,000. So people are really, really looking forward to The Day Before. Nightingale, Enshrouded, Warhammer 40,000, Tekken 8, House Flipper 2. I played this for longer than I want to admit. I was like, not that one, but House Flipper 1 anyway. I played it and I was like, okay, like I can kind of get into it a little bit. And then before you know it, I was like 4 hours in. And you know how it just happens? And you're like, oh my gosh, like, what am I doing with my life? Like flipping fake houses. But it's like the pressure wash one. Like there's just something that's like satisfying about it. It's just really like casual. Like there's no zombies running after you. You're just like picking out wallpaper and like sweeping the floor. And yeah. And hopefully your real environment is clean, because that's sad if you're doing that online and not in real life. But yeah. All right. So those are the top most wanted Steam game releases. Trending right now on YouTube streaming is Fortnite, Free Fire, Lethal Company, Roblox, Hitman 3, or is that 4? No, it's 3. Hitman 3 and GTA 5, Counter-Strike, Battlegrounds Mobile, Dragon Quest, and Lineage M. Hitman was not in the list last week, so I'm wondering why that creeped up out of nowhere. That's kind of crazy. On Twitch, as far as streaming goes, we have Just Chatting in Hot Tubs with Bikinis On is obviously in number 1 still. I don't think it's ever going to leave number 1. World of Warcraft, Fortnite, and Grand Theft Auto 5 are being streamed. Mobile games, we cannot ignore mobile games, you guys. Top apps by downloads, Black Clover. I'm not sure because it's global and I cannot pronounce that. I'm sorry. Watermelon Game, top grossing revenue, Honor of Kings, PUBG Mobile, and Monopoly Go. Top apps, that was on iOS, by the way. This is on Google Play. We have Black Clover, Monopoly Go, and Traffic Escape. Why would you want to play that? Like, isn't being in real traffic bad enough? Top grossing revenue on Google Play, Monopoly Go, Coinmaster, and Royal Match. All right, let's get into some GameFi tokens. We all know that tokens are heating up. They're on fire. Who's on top? It is The Sandbox, Axie Infinity, Decentraland, Gala Games, Illuvium, StepN, Treasure DAO, Magic, Vulcan Forge, Star Atlas, and the list goes on, as you can see. But these ones that are on top right now, they pretty much hold it down on the top. So it looks like StepN might be creeping up a little bit, but yeah, these guys have been holding it down for a while. They are the OGs. All right, let's look at the hot games on Ethereum. We have DeFi Mons, Farmland by Pixels, and So Rare. On Polygon, Hunters Unchained, Carve, and Ultimate Champions. On BNB, Ultimate Champions, Summoners Arena, and Second Life. On Arbitrum, we have The Beacon, Bet Swirl. I don't know about that one. I haven't played that one, actually. And Mod Dragon. And then on Polygon, we have Indie GG, DeFi, and Jump Trade, Avalanche, Robot Farms, Snail Trail Game, and Chicken. On Sue, Arcade Champions, Hyperspace, and Run Legends. And I think that is it. Yes, folks, that is it. Okay, so we got through the data part. The next segment we're going to go into is our Web3 discovery. So let's see if we can find some gems in Web3. Let's find some underdogs. Hang out just one sec. All right, I have my gigantic list of over 1,100 Web3 games. Look at the list. We're going to pick 3 of them at random, and we're going to take a little bit of a dive into them. Not too deep, but we'll go in a little bit. All right, so the first one we're going to go to is Re.Monster. The second one from the middle-ish is going to be AMAKUNI. And then the third one from the bottom-ish is going to be Coin Arcade. All right, so the first thing that we need to see is, have they posted in a while? Are they still building? Re.Monster, yes, they are. We've been aiming to release the closed alpha by the end of November, but due to the fact it's taking longer than expected, to make adjustments and bug fixes, we are postponing until. This is normal. Games, you know, they do get delayed. You can't always plan for everything. So it's better, I think, that they say that it's taking a little bit longer and they're honest and transparent about it, and that they delay the alpha a little bit longer. So smart move on their end, but they are obviously still building, getting ready for their closed alpha. So that's definitely exciting. It looks like they are a play and own, not GameFi. They are very adamant about that. It's a play and own blockchain game that regenerate monster NFTs from NFTs owned by users. Regenerate monster NFTs from NFT owned by users. So can you use like your rugged NFTs? That sounds crazy. I wonder. Let's take a look at their link tree and see if we can go on their website. Yes, we can. Play and own, not GameFi. It looks like they're going to be on mobile. Okay, let's see if we can look at some gameplay if they have any. So it looks like you take an NFT, you get one of their Re.Monsters, and then maybe some sort of a battle. The screenshot is still under development. Okay, that's interesting. Being a trainer is a blossoming profession. These trainers work hard to train their monsters to have them battle other monsters. However, monsters do not live in the wild and are regenerated based on chain data. That is actually really interesting. Okay. It's a blockchain game. All the assets belong to the users, effective usage, open economy. All right. Yeah, it looks like players regenerate and train monsters from their NFTs that they own. I'm interesting to see like how like the metadata and like what exactly happens to it. Or is it more of just like a burn mechanism where you can get rid of some of your rug projects and then they just generate a new one? Like, I wonder technically how that works. There may be a white page on here somewhere. You might get your favorite monster from an unexpected NFT. Interesting. All right. So it looks like it does go to some of the technicals. Is there a white paper on here? Because that would actually probably outline it further. I don't see one. They have a Git book. Okay. All right. So that's enough of a dive into re.monster. Definitely interesting, you guys. See, this is why we do this, because there are so many Web3 games that just might not, I mean, they do have a really good following, but like they're not out in the limelight, right? But maybe they need to be, like, maybe it's just one of those things, like we're all gonna have so much fun, like burning our rugged NFTs. Like, I don't know. We'll have to see. All right, and then we've got AMAKUNI. Let's see. The last time they posted October 3rd, December 1st. Okay, awesome. So they are still building. It looks like they actually have a little bit of maybe a tutorial here. Let's check it out. Let me turn my volume on.
The last release. First, let me connect my wallet. And the very first thing you guys gonna notice is that the game, it loads much faster now. See, we have managed to optimize our. So I'm here and I'm gonna select the right team, combination in order to win. And beside the, renting the NFT, you can also rent the item as well, right? So if you click 30% cheaper, the green energy that I have, I'm gonna.
Okay, gotcha. So looks like it's a little bit of a kind of like a farming type. Not really farming, but it reminds me of a little bit of like Illuvium Zero, where you have your different like your collectors, for lack of a better term. You have like your collectors, you can extract things. So, but nonetheless, they are building. They just put that out that was October. So that's really exciting to see. It looks like they might be on Avalanche, possibly because the red triangle, or maybe not. Maybe I'm assuming. I'm not sure. Let's see. Working on the revised, finalized white paper. Okay, those are always good. By the way, you guys, so when I hosted on-chain gaming, when I did that Twitter space for like all of last year, I would do a really, really deep dive into the project that I was having on for my show, right? It was like a Twitter space. I would talk with the founders or anybody really like building the game. So I did a super deep dive and I read the white papers. I would recommend that as we're looking at some of these games, like if you do think that they sound interesting, read the white paper. It might sound like kind of boring or whatever, but you can get so much information. A lot of times they're going to have their tokenomics. It's going to have a lot of their insight, maybe even a little bit of lore. And so once you actually start reading them and appreciating them, they're not really that boring, but it's actually more interesting just because it gives you, it gives you so many insights. And so definitely, like when we say, do your own research, DYOR, the white paper is for sure part of that. So that's exciting there. Let's look at their website really quick here and see what they have going on. A new revolution in P2E. Multi-platform P2E action RPG fully on the blockchain, where players can spend time in virtual worlds do what they love while producing real world values for themselves. Okay, let's see. Testnet is now live. Let's just scroll down a little bit and look at their characters. That's a pretty badass shark, right? Fixed utility token supply. So they do have a token. It's KUNI, fixed supply of 21 million. I saw the Bitcoin book, so I'm guessing that there is a correlation. Somebody on their team likes Bitcoin. That probably came from that. 21 million. Got that in common. Decentralization and true ownership of in-game assets. I do like the artwork. I think that looks actually pretty cool. Like we've got the shark, we've got the ape. Ooh, and then we've even got a humanoid. Fair launch and distribution. Let's see what else. Let's see if we can get into some gameplay. So you can harvest and craft. It says passive income, and then you can battle and earn. Automated turn-based battle system where you can earn loot, harvest and craft, and passive income. Okay, so this is what we were looking at when we were on their map, the production structures, produce material where you can craft items, fight to earn. Okay, and so it has their little economy flow chart here, built in marketplace. It looks like they have a lot going on. NFT flash loan. Okay. Has a little bit about their tokenomics. All right, very good. And then you can be a part of their community. Okay, so that was AMAKUNI, the Eternal Realm. And the next one we're going to look at is Coin Arcade. Let's see if they've got something relevant out here. Look at their little Shiba Inus holding dollars. Your voice matters. Of course it does. On November 1st, found a bug, got a suggestion. Drop your thoughts below. What is Coin Arcade? From new NFTs to third-party game integrations, the future is bright. Stay tuned to our future plans. Okay, let's see if we can take a look at their website now that we know that they are still actively building. Play Coin Arcade XYZ. 100 plus games. Oh, nope. Solo play to share 16 million dog with 2 G's. Points, stake points for more tokens. Play now. There we go. 100 plus games to launch in Q4. Okay. Let's take a look at their trailer. So they do have a lot of games. I mean, it's at 100 plus, but yeah, they've got a variation. It looks like mobile, just the way that they captured the gameplay. And then those look like games that are obviously like really good on mobile. So that would be my guess, is that they are mobile. They've got some NFTs, the dogs with 2 G's. Dogs can't smoke. He's got a Bitcoin collar. And their roadmap, they've got the Dog Arcade, the Dog Town, the Dog Planet, and Dog Island. What? Okay, so in the social games, you'll compete for dog medals with human players. So it looks like their token is going to be a part of all of their mobile games from the sound of it. So that'll probably power it. Arc 8, which is under Mocha, they do something very similar. They don't have 100 games, but they have like maybe like 8 or 10 different games, and they're all powered by that same token. So that is actually a really, really good utility to have if you've got a lot of games under your umbrella. So looks like they have a lot going on there. Quite a few investors: Sue, Magic Eden, Quest, Click, D-Game. These are like rewards platforms. Footprint Analytics, Immutable. All right, very good. Okay, awesome. Did it say anything of like what the status? It says you can play now. Okay, there's a QR code. So interesting. Multiplayer battles. So yeah, they've got a lot going on. These images though, like this branding doesn't really match what they have on their website. So that is a little bit strange to me. I don't know like why it's so mismatched. I would suggest not that like not that I'm an advisor or anything like that, but it is a little bit weird when it's like mismatched. So I would say that the marketing should maybe match a little bit better, but you know, what do I know? What do I know? But nonetheless, yeah. Okay. So you guys, we discovered today we did Re.Monster. We've got AMAKUNI and we have Coin Arcade in the discovery. So hopefully you guys saw something that you liked. And yeah, that is pretty much it. So what I will do, you guys, is probably tomorrow, I'll do everything in chapters. So that way, if you missed anything, you can go back and watch it and check it out and all of that. And that is pretty much it for today's show, you guys. Coming up, I did want to actually say, or let me show you one thing really quick. So on my X page, which is at Babes Cryptoland, in the highlights section, we've got the calendar. I thought anyway. I thought I had the calendar up here. Maybe not. Okay, well, just kidding. It's actually in my, I know that it's in my communities. It's actually pinned right up to the top of my community, which you can get to on my X page as well, just right on top. But I've got the calendar of events here. So this is what I wanted to point out. So since December is coming up, there's obviously a lot of stuff going on as far as holiday events. So we've got like the Earn Alliance. I am actually an ambassador for them, which is really exciting. That was just announced this week. So they have an advent calendar going on. Sunflower Land has 12 days of Christmas. So you guys all have access to this public calendar for gaming events. So you can definitely check that out. And then we've got the Game GG 2023 awards. That's on the 14th. Coming up this week, though, on Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Central, that's when the Game Awards is. So I'm probably actually going to live stream that. So that way we can watch it together and chat while it's going on. I think that would be really, really fun. So yeah, and if you know of any gaming events that are public that I should put on here, just DM me. My DMs are open and yeah, we'll go from there. But at any rate, thanks for watching the show tonight. We went a little bit over the 1 hour mark that we usually try to hit, but there was just a lot of stuff to go over. So thanks for watching, you guys. And if you are rewatching, thank you as well. Let me know in the comments what your favorite part of the show was today and what you thought about some of the news that we went over. And I do this every single Saturday at 10 p.m. EST. Every Saturday, we do it here on the GG Show. Thanks for watching, you guys. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you later. Bye.